Hi everybody, welcome to our next video lesson series. And this series we're going to go for Jazz 101, from the beginning. So, there is a PDF handout to this. You have basic independence, but what I really want to talk about first is how to generate the time in jazz, okay? In rock, you generate the time from the bass drum and the snare. You know, the hi-hat adds texture and color. Boom, pa, boom, boom, bum. That's rock, right? But in jazz, the time is generated from the top of the kit down. It's a different concept, it's a different thing. So you have to wrap your head around that. I think that's the first thing, where to generate the time. Time generation is a huge issue in jazz, and your rides play an essential part in that function, and the hi-hat also, okay? It has to, the time comes from you. Time, you emit the time, okay? You emanate time. Now, my first teacher ever was Roy McCurdy, okay? So he gave me a fantastic tip. He says, grooving the time is very important. When you're playing these two things, they should be together, okay? To generate a nice sense of time, play them together. And what he did, he stood right here at an angle, and he watched if the hi-hat was closing right when the right hand was hitting the cymbal. So, just quarter notes with hi-hat on 2 and 4, okay? Very simple, just to give you an idea of what this means. Both of these things very tight together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now if you look at this camera here, you kind of get a sense of these two things landing together, okay? This is where the groove comes out of. So it's essential that you get used to generating a nice sense and flow of time from here. Now, okay, the tip is to get these things playing together. That's going to help you a whole lot on 2 and 4. Now let's add the spang-a-lang, as they say. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's important for the groove that you visualize that, you conceptualize that. All right, the next issue. You know the typical ride pattern, ding-a-ding, ding-a-ding. Spang-a-lang, spang-a-lang, some people call it. Okay, so there's two concepts of how to play this. One is like I just played it, triplet open, okay? But the other way is 16th note-y, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, both have their uses. Some people say one sounds better than the other, and you know, there's always some difference of opinion, but I find that basically they both have their uses. Now, what do I use them for? I use the more loose feel, the open triplet feel, to soften the time, to make it lay back. And if I want to push the time, when I want something to push, I use the 16th note feel, okay? So, of course, that's with slow tempos. When you get to medium tempos, everything changes, okay? Another thing Roy taught me, very important, he goes, the first two things that a drummer, a jazz drummer, has to know to play, okay? That's this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that was my first lick that Roy ever taught me. It's a very common lick, everybody does it. But I want you to learn it now too. So it's going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's maybe a little too hard if you've never played jazz at all before. You can start out with more basic things, but this is what Roy taught me the first thing. So I want to pass that on to you. The second thing he says you need to play is this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, basically what that is, if we're counting in 4/4, is quarter note triplets just starting one eighth note ahead. Okay, not on the downbeat. So sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's play those two things a little faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that might take a while to get. The most important thing you should take away from this video lesson is generating the time, okay? So you have that slow tempo like that. You want to think about the triplets. You want to think about putting these two things together. You want to think about those two pieces of vocabulary just to get yourself started, okay? Then later you might be able to do a couple of bass drum things in there. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is feathering the bass drum, okay? Now, feathering means touching so that it's almost no sound. Almost no sound, but you can feel it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That's an older style of playing, which was used to help the bass player. In the old days, they didn't have amps, so the drummer did that to amplify the quarter note feel. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I don't recommend doing that. Be very careful when you do that. I use that. If I use it to push the time. If I'm playing in a big band, especially, and I need to push the time, if there's something's going on and I need to solidify the time, I might do that a bit. Okay, let's go on to the next thing.